I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Run After Show, episode 6, Tell. And I would like the writers to tell me exactly what I was supposed to get out of this episode. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on now. I don't know where we're going. Oh my goodness. But I am joined by a crack commando unit. First, I got Kelsey Meyer. Kelsey, how are you today?
So well, but Sean, I agree with you. I'm just like, what is happening? These are too short. These episodes are too short. Now we only have one left. Where are we going with this? Are you like, what? So,
yes.
Right there with you.
And of course, my girl, Nyjah, who's also on the run from life herself. Hello, Nyjah.
Hello, guys. Hello. I agree with you guys, too. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was looking for more excitement, and I could not find it. No. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah,
What's
totally.
happening?
All right, well, let's just get right into it, right? Okay. First of all, we have Billy, and okay, so we have them going back to the house to get the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy, being 100% on brand, does not want to go with her.
He's such a loser.
Oh my God, Kelsey!
I was like,
Kelsey,
you punk.
Tell me your thought, the immediate thought you had when she was like, "You don't have to go," and he said, "Oh, thank you so much."
I was just like, you're a dick. You're lame. And then also, I wasn't surprised. I was like, oh yeah, okay, that fits his brand.
Yeah.
He kills me. They both, but then I feel like she lets him get away with so much too. And yet, yes, she gave him that. Like, I understand, but it's like, you're the worst, Billy. Like, come on.
Nyjah, what were your thoughts?
I was like, you little punk. Like, you can't go back to the house. I was like, you're so scary. Like, it's nobody outside. I get you may not want to see the body, but you can at least walk with her. She's in this mess because of you. Like, that's the least you can do and help her get her phone.
True.
I agree 1,000%. Yeah, he was a total wuss. I was like, come on, bro. You got to walk over there with her because there could be somebody in there.
Right. You know? And they could have got her.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're just going to like feed her to the wolves. Like, come on.
I will say it was rather convenient how quickly she found her phone. Right? I mean, I was like, come on, can we get a little bit of a search? Something?
I know.
I literally thought like the person like just set it on the porch waiting for them to like come back. I was like, maybe the guy went back to the house and like set it on the porch or something. And was hoping that they come back.
Weird. Yeah.
I don't need the whole episode being about the phone, but can I get like a little bit of a search? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I expected her to go in the house. It was like right outside.
Yeah, same. Right there with both of you. Very strange. I was like, okay, wait. I actually I had to rewind it because I was like, wait, did she get her phone?
Right.
Confused. But she did. She did way too easily.
Yeah. Okay, so they're plotting through the woods now. Like, I'm also like, why didn't you just go back exactly the way you came? Like, also, why are we like lost in the woods all of a sudden? I don't know.
I don't know.
But we find out that she's also on her period. So that's a bit of that's not easy when you're in the woods and you don't exactly have the right accoutrement, so to speak. Ladies, have you been in this situation?
No.
I'm sorry, I cannot say that I have. I would be pissed off, okay? Literally.
Yeah, right. I have been I remember like
life.
growing up and having to go on hikes and having to pee, and it wasn't really me. It was more my sister had to like pee in the woods because she couldn't hold her bladder. But yeah, not really to this level. No. No.
Yeah, this is some like Survivor level stuff here going on with leaves. And then when he said, "Oh, I could actually hear it rustling," I was just like, "Come on, bro!
Come on!
You got to help her out. You got to be supportive here."
I was just like, "Find a bathroom, please. Find a bathroom."
Yeah.
Billy just always knows the right thing to say. It's like, come on.
He really does.
Just the right thing to say.
So Kelsey, you get your wish, and
I know.
Phoebe's back again.
Back again.
Tell a friend. So she rolls up on, of course, she rolls up on the house where it all went down. And we find out that she's friends with the person who ran away from the house last episode.
Right.
Bringing up some mac and cheese. We all love getting some mac and cheese delivered. I know I do. But then, of course, sees the body. What were your thoughts, Naija, when she rolled up on that house?
I was like, is she gonna be like creeped out that she's gonna see the body? But she didn't seem creeped out. She just called 911. Was like, probably, oh, there's a body outside of so and so's house, because she does like the stuff with the animals. I'm like, she's not scared or anything.
Taxidermy, yeah.
I'm like, this is norm. I'm guessing just a regular body.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that she didn't even like wait and just, oh my God, it's like, hey, by the way, there's a dead body. Thanks.
I think she's just like, that's none of my business.
Right. Kels, what were your thoughts?
It was kind of funny. I think that they wanted to make her seem just kind of like, yeah, all right. Unamused almost by it, because she's so used to like seeing all these dead things, and I mean, not a dead human, but the dead animals. It was interesting that he wasn't there and we saw him run away, right? And he hasn't come back, because I think, Naija, you said that you thought that he was maybe involved or something, so I'm curious to see how that plays out, like where this guy is, because he also kind of Phoebe makes him seem like he's also a loner, and that even the police, when they came, were like, oh, he's always been kind of like a weird guy. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. But I was very happy to see more Phoebe, because I think that she made the episode. With like, if you didn't have her, there wouldn't have been anything really exciting or good. At least that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, I would not disagree with that. She was definitely the highlight for me, her scenes. So now we meet these cops, and I feel like cop is a strong word for these two. I feel like they're kind of like security guard plus, right? Like,
Yeah,
they're just, they're definitely like Paul Blart's in training, which I thought was an interesting choice to go with. I mean, obviously this show isn't that serious, so to make the cops almost not almost, they were comedic and very, very green and like, wait, what do we do again? How does this work? This is definitely the biggest thing that's ever happened to them as cops. So I thought that was funny. What'd you think, Kels?
I loved it. I think it just proves the point that they're in this town that, I mean, nothing happens. There's one bar. They're not used to this sort of thing. So I loved that. I loved the cops joking around about, I would assume, American Idol or The Voice, whatever it was. Like, if you tell me who gets voted off, like, it was perfect. And I loved it.
Yeah. What about you, Naija?
I agree with Kelsey. I thought it was funny when they were like talking about the episode and stuff, because it was like they weren't even so much worried about the body. They were just like surprised that the body is there. They're more so worried about the episode that they're going to be missing in the next couple of minutes. And I was just like, yeah, nothing happens in this town. Like, this is abnormal to them and unusual.
Yeah, I almost thought of like, are they gonna try to see the episode like there first, like in the house, and then deal with the body? Like at one point,
I thought that too.
That would have been funny.
All right, so the Keystone Cops are in the mix now, and we go back to our main people, right? Ruby and Billy, and then we have a kind of interesting scene here, where Billy is definitely like, we got to tell the cops, I can't go further. So we get an interesting, I think, we get a look at his kind of moral character, in that, like, he even says, 2 people have died because of me. I can't deal with this anymore. And Ruby, of course, knows that she goes to the cops. The husband knows that she's with Billy. So she has this, she has this struggle going on inside. Like, it's not like she doesn't want the cops to know because she didn't do anything wrong, but she has the whole thing with the husband. Talk about that scene a little bit, Naija. What were your thoughts on that whole kind of thing?
So glad that Billy has morals and he's like sad about the dead body and stuff. Like, I think that's good for him for us to like see that on him. But Ruby, I expected a lot more from her. Like I kind of wanted her to like go to the cops so she doesn't go to jail. I mean, Lawrence knows already that you're with him. He was just kind of egging you on. And she's just so gullible. So gullible. And it makes me so mad. Like, don't be gullible. Ruby, I'm trying to help you through TV. Get it together, girl. Like, don't be gullible. Figure it out. But
yeah, love it.
It was just a lot.
Kels, he says to her, I'm glad you disappeared to me. And for me, this was the best thing Billy has said this whole series. What did you think in that moment?
I was just like, okay, all right. I mean,
wow.
Okay. I
No.
mean, the two of them are just so toxic together that it's just starting to get to me. I'm like, God, you guys. I mean, that was a good thing that he said. And then he goes on to say that he wishes that she had had his kids, which is why like he was so turned off and bummed about when he saw her screen, her lock screen on her phone. So he was dropping a few nice little nuggets, but it took a while to get there. And I get it. He needed to get there, but I was just like, "Ugh, you two just need to figure this out." And I agree with you, Naja. I'm like, Ruby, stand on your own 2 feet, sister. Like, come on there. It's so interesting that like it's something about Billy and it's history and the past love that just like makes her totally go back in her old ways.
I don't get it because I don't see it.
All to him. I know. So that one liner, I was like, okay, yeah, we could have used that like 4 episodes ago.
Right.
And you still have not told her the real reason you texted Run.
Right. He's not
Okay.
going
Which
to.
just irks me. No, I don't think so either.
Okay, so we get a little history in this moment as well, where we find out that Ruby had an abortion with Billy's child. And it seemed to me like she did it kind of like without him, almost like I'm doing it. I'm not even like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a say in this. I'm just doing it. Nyjah, what were your thoughts when you heard that? Because I was not expecting that.
Literally, not gonna lie, guys. I think I missed that part because when you just said it right now, I was kind of shocked. I was like, she said that? I think I missed that part of the episode.
Oh my God.
I think I missed that. But if I did hear it, I would probably be like surprised. And I get that she probably wanted to do it on her own because I think most women would want to if they're not really like that with the person that it happened with. So it was kind of her own decision, I think, to rather not tell him anything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, she says, we were just so young. We didn't know what we wanted. You didn't know what you wanted. And I don't know. I was very interested to be Kels. What were your thoughts?
I mean, it adds more like depth to their relationship. So it made it to me, that made me like, oh, okay, a little bit more understanding of the two of them and where they come from, and that just adds another layer. And it's hard to not love someone when that's happened to you, and you've had that experience with that person. But it's interesting because like you said, Sean, it doesn't seem like they had that experience together. It seemed more Ruby's choice and Ruby's doing. So I don't think we'll ever get more insight on that, but I would be curious to hear about it. I liked her. I didn't want to have a redheaded.
Oh, I didn't want any gingers.
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of funny. Yeah. But also, oh my God. Thank you too.
So we also have a moment during this scene where Ruby kind of questions what happened. Did he push her? Did he let her go? Did she jump? What happens? And it's very interesting the way they write this, because no one flat out asks anything and no one flat out answers anything either. It was very interesting. Nyjah, how did you feel about, I mean, well, first of all, I'll say, do you think he did anything, or did she just kind of fall?
Like, I don't feel like he has it in him to like physically like push her or anything. But he does say that she was like yelling at him to like let go and everything. So he probably did actually let go and now he feels
Mm.
bad about it. But yeah, he doesn't have that in him. It's because he already threw up when he saw the body. He doesn't have that. Like,
True.
like
Uh,
definitely not in him at all.
okay. Fair point with the throwing up. I like that. Kels, what about you?
I agree with you, Naja. I think that I'm hoping we get like a little flashback scene to his
Mm.
point of view. I thought that was going to
Oh.
happen this episode. I did, but it didn't. I feel like he or she was probably yelling at him about like, I'm going to tell her why you texted Ron, the whole this and
That's
that.
a
And he
good
was
point.
boiling up and let go. I do think that's what happened. I don't think that he would have it in him to push her either. So I
Nice.
think she was getting under his skin and he was like, thought maybe she would just get hurt. Not obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, and it was just one little funny moment I thought in this scene where she says, "If I go to the police, I'll lose my kids," and then he says, "Jesus, the things we do for a shag."
Nah, I didn't even catch that.
Oh, you didn't count? Yeah, I don't know why anytime there's something funny happens, I latch onto it because
I love that though.
But I was just thought that was a funny moment.
Good
All right,
little
well,
comedic relief there.
speaking of funny moments, our girl Phoebe,
Oh my God.
she's bringing it home for us. So we have this amazing awkward scene between her and the police officer that comes and has to interview her. I mean, first of all, just the fact that she literally pulls her pad out of the cellophane wrapper it was in,
Oh, I
like
know.
she's never used this pad. Kelsey, talk about this scene because I know you're a big fan of Phoebe.
Oh my God, I loved it. It was perfect. It was so uncomfortable. You didn't know what was happening. You're like, is she just uncomfortable because she doesn't know what she's doing, has never done this? Is it a combination of that and she thinks she's attractive? Like, it was such a weird thing when she, couldn't take her vest off. Then Phoebe has to do it, pulls her notepad pad out like she's clearly never used it before, just bought it off Amazon or whatever.
Right.
And then she's like, "So, do you have a girlfriend?" She's like, "No, do you have a girlfriend?" And it's like this back and forth, uncomfortable. But what I like about it is the police officer's uncomfortable. Like Phoebe's not at all. She's just like, "You're being so weird. Why are you being so weird?" So I loved it. It was perfect. And the singing, you guys,
Oh
the
yeah.
singing,
Wow. When we get to that bar, yeah.
that was my favorite. So I loved this scene. I thought that it added what we needed for this episode.
Yeah. Nija, what were your thoughts?
So I just thought it was like really cute and an awkward moment because I was like, oh, I think they kind of like each other. And I was like, well, Phoebe, she probably doesn't get that much company. So she's probably like happy that somebody's over there too. And then they so happen to find each other probably attractive. That's why they're being even more awkward. But the cop likes the taxidermy stuff. So that was interesting. She was like all playing with the little,
Yeah.
I think it was like a beeper or something.
Yeah.
And she was like playing with it. I was like, oh, she likes this stuff. They found a friend. Cute.
What I also like too is that, if this had been a man and a woman and this happened, we just say, of course, that happens. But I really like that they didn't make a big deal out of two women kind of flirting a little bit.
Totally.
It wasn't
Right.
even mentioned. It just happened naturally and organically. I mean, it was still awkward as hell, but like it was awkward because that kind of thing is awkward, not because they were two women. So I just really
Right.
like that. And to me, that's where Phoebe is like, she's just so smart and so brilliant. And, obviously she has a hand in putting this show together. So
Mhm.
I just applaud that they didn't make a big deal. It was just like another day,
I totally agree because it's like you think about the reverse situation. I mean, if it were a guy, like some hot cop comes to your door and you're like, oh my
Right.
God, like I'm so flustered. So no, I totally agree. It was just kind of like, wait, what's happening? Oh, okay. And yeah, no, they didn't really stumble over it. It just was a thing.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So you kind of started talking about it a little bit, but we get to the bar, right? And Billy and Ruby have decided, okay, we're gonna go to the cops. We're gonna tell them, but we got to have a drink first, which is I get that. It's been a long kind of day.
Yeah.
Somebody died. all right, I got to take the edge off. I'm going to need a couple drinks.
True.
But of course, it happens to be the same bar that our girl Phoebe has a slot for karaoke.
So amazing.
Nyjah, what were your thoughts on Phoebe singing?
Oh my God. I was like, she can sing a little bit. It's like a little pitchy, but like she's getting it. Like she has it down packed, and it's something that comes with a lot of progress and everything. But it was good. I thought it was cute. She's getting out of her comfort zone.
I will say, I think there are certain songs that should be banned from karaoke.
Oh God, yeah.
And this is definitely one. You cannot get up there and sing a Whitney Houston song like that, like so anemically.
Whitney, Celine Dion.
Yeah, like no, you can't do it.
She was trying her best, guys.
I know,
okay?
and I know that like that's why they picked
So
that song. It's because like
for sure.
So Kelsey, talk about your feelings on her saying, "I was every week I get louder."
I loved it. I loved it. The whole back and forth between the police officer's partner, who he's like, I can't hear her. Like, I want to hear her. After they had the whole conversation about either whether it was American Idol or The Voice, clearly they share this like passion for these sort of things. So that was just perfect. She's like, I don't believe you. You're lying. Like, I can't hear her. And then she comes down. She's like, I promise I get louder every week. Oh, she's so good. I loved it. And she's so awkward and uncomfortable up there. Oh, it was amazing.
It's funny. That's a great pickup by you. I didn't put that together that they were probably watching an American Idol and then now it literally gets live in front of them and he wants to hear. That's a great pull. I didn't even put that together. Well done, you. Yeah, so they have this. She continues the interview, which of course it just becomes more flirting. It's like she's almost like, yeah, you're not a size 10. Great. Moving on. And then I love that Phoebe's like, so are you off duty? I'm like, she's still in uniform. Like she has to go clock out, doesn't she? I don't know. Doesn't how that works?
Sure. I know.
But then of course, you know, it's like almost instantly then it's on. It's like, all right, well, since you're not going to buy me a drink, I'll buy you. Oh no, I'll buy you a drink. And so it's super adorable. I love the awkwardness. I mean, Phoebe can create awkward so well. You know, like she's almost a straight man for awkward, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I just think she does it so well, and it's almost like she likes to just marinate in the awkward.
Totally. It's so organic for her. I love it. It's like you feel like it's not awkward because you're looking at her. I mean, even the whole situation in their house or in her house, right? It's like this police officer is so uncomfortable, but Phoebe's like, what? What about it? Like, this isn't weird.
Right.
You're making it weird. Oh my God, I love it. She's so brilliant.
Love it. All right, so now we have finally Billy and Ruby. We're at the bar. And of course, Ruby sees the cop. So it's like, well, this is as good as time as any to go and do this. And at this moment, I was thinking to myself, what are we doing with this show now? Like,
I know.
Like we're supposed to be running and we're just hanging out. Like I'm super confused. But then Ruby kind of puts it out there, like, you know, if we do this now, it ends. And I don't want it to end now. We need to get to LA. So I was like, oh, okay, finally. Nyjah, what were your thoughts on that last scene there?
So literally, I'm like, I still think they should go to the cops. I kind of thought that, the cop they were going to see them and then they were going to like walk over there. I'm like, why didn't they do that? Like, why didn't that happen in this episode? Like, that would have been perfect. But then, as we know, they decided to run again. I'm like, you guys are going to just be on the run and they're going to think that you killed Fiona. What's wrong with you guys? You have so much going for yourself. Like, this is not the answer. Your life may not end just based off this one thing. Like, now it may really end because now you're going to go on the run and go to jail. And then she's really not going to see her babies. I'm like, Ruby, it's just not clicking, huh? It's not there.
Naja, I love it. Like you're like so like not the romantic of this panel.
I know.
You're like get this, just do what you're supposed to do.
I
Kelsey,
love it.
Kelsey, what
See,
were your thoughts on that?
I was a little bit opposite. I was like, okay, I'm a little more intrigued now because
Right.
I was like, really? You're just gonna go to the cops? I mean, you knew that wasn't gonna happen. They are so easily seduced by one another
Hmm.
that when they're
Shame.
both in that mindset, they're like, okay, yeah, yeah, let's do it. Like, here's the truth. 2 seconds later, okay, let's go. But they're also so stupid. Like Billy leaves his jacket. It's not his jacket, it's Phoebe's jacket. I'm like, okay, can we not think about what just happened and like leaving evidence and like, they kill me. They don't think anything through. But I guess that's love, you guys. I don't know. Your brain's not working when you're in love.
Well, Naja, I like that you brought up that they, they should have ran into each other. And I like that
Yeah.
the writers set us up that okay, they're going to run it and then they don't.
And they
So to
didn't.
me,
I like that too.
that was a great little twist because they should
Mhm.
have, obviously, they should have seen each other.
Mhm.
Even when she's up there singing, I mean, I would have been like, who's
Yeah.
awfully singing? Oh, it's that person.
And
We
I
got to
would have
go.
been looking around
But
the bar to see who's
Yeah.
there to begin with. I don't know. Just
but
me
I
think.
liked it because it's like they're in their own world.
Yeah.
You know? It's like both parties are in their own world. Like Phoebe
Oh,
and her
that's true.
new like
Yeah.
potential like gal are in their own world. Or she's in the police officer's in her own world watching Phoebe. Phoebe's in her own world singing. And then these two, so I thought it was kind of perfect that like none of them saw one another. I was like, oh, I like that. That's clever.
Yeah, I would agree, Kelsey. It's more like real life because people think, oh, people are looking. No one cares about anybody else. Everybody's in
Right.
their own world.
Right.
So this
Right.
was a really kind of good example of that. And I like too what you said, Kels. That they're toxic for each other. It's this weird thing where they're best thing for each other and the worst thing for each other. Because
Mhm.
when they're on, it's like you're right. It's like, oh my God, this is what love is, right? Like
Mhm.
they just get swept up in it. It's amazing. But then 5 seconds later, it's like, wait, what did you just say to me? So I don't know. It's been it's definitely been a fun ride, and I think they've earned this relationship, right? That we really get to see why they're not together, really, but then
Mhm.
not also why they still think they could be, if that
Right.
makes
They
any
need like
sense.
a little knife in their pocket that they need to like ask if they should be doing these
Right.
things.
Right.
She'd be like, no,
Look,
no, no. Turn
catch
yourself
me on
in.
season 2, guys. Look, I'm gonna shout myself out. Catch me on season 2 in Ruthie's pocket.
Yeah, right. I love it.
For
I love
real.
it. So and then that's it. It's funny. Of course, they end with this amazing Bruce Springsteen song covered
Yes.
by someone else. I'm still not sold on the cover version. I'm like, come on, I want to hear Bruce sing this.
We
But
need
I'm
to.
sure it was way too expensive to get Bruce's version.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
uh,
true.
but a very very appropriate song. So I dug that. So well done on the music supervisor there. Well, all right. So that wraps up this episode. Let's get to our special segment, a little more moment. So this is where there's a part of the episode like it maybe got cut off, thus leave you wanting a little more. Kelsey, I'm going to start with you today.
Ooh, I have two. Okay, my first
Okay.
one is I wanted more Phoebe singing. That just like brought so much joy to my life. So funny. I loved it. And two, I wanted a little bit more. I mean, this show does such a good job. It's short enough to where you're like, wait, what? What? But I don't, it's just perfect. It's like the perfect length. It almost annoys me that it's so short, but it is perfect because it leaves you wanting more. I
Mm.
wanted to see like Phoebe's reaction to seeing the jacket and seeing her jacket and like what's going through her head. But that's where we'll most likely start out next week. But so good, so good. And I need
Love
more
it.
singing. She should
More,
release an album.
release an album. Awesome. Nigel, what was your little more moment?
Okay, mine was when they were in the bar and Phoebe and then the cop, they're at the table. I wanted them to like keep being awkward with each other because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a cute moment. Like I like stuff like this, all mushy gushy stuff and awkwardness. And I was like, I needed more of that. because I'm not getting that from Billy and Ruby. I'm just getting the toxic mess, and I'm kind of tired of it. Okay, like no more, guys.
Love it. Nigel, you totally stole mine. I would 100% agree. I wanted like a 20-minute scene of them two awkwardly flirting and just
Right?
getting, by the end of it, maybe, her shirt's like, off, like the uniform's gone, like they're just making out in the bar. I don't know. It was
That'd have been a
Phoebe,
perfect moment right there.
yeah, I would agree. I think that scene actually happened. We just got cut off from it because, they're not the main characters. So
Yeah.
awesome.
A spin-off with just the two of them.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
All right, on to predictions. Nigel, we're going to start with you this time.
Okay.
And now,
So,
your AfterBuzz TV
I think that Billy and Ruby, they're probably going to make it to the train station, but then they're going to get caught by the police or something because the town is so small. And yes, the train is in the next city, but on the way going to the next city, they're going to get caught, and they're going to find them.
Okay. Kels.
I kind of agree. I don't think they're going to make it onto the train. I think that Lawrence is going to play a bigger part in this last episode. I want to say that he's going to come there or somehow meet up with them. I don't know how, but it's we left with him seeing that text, right? So he's now I know she's with him, and so she's going to try and track her or find her somehow. But I also agree. I do not think that they will make it on the train, but they'll make it to the station and then be stopped.
Interesting. So you don't think she's going on the train? Because the final stop is LA, but I guess, see, my initial thought was, well, they have to get there because it's the end of the season, but I guess they don't because we could have a whole other season to get through the other half of the country. So now I don't know, this episode definitely threw me for a loop.
Same.
I was a little where are we going with this? So I don't think I have a prediction now. I don't know where we're going. I would agree with
confusing.
I would agree with you though, Kels. I think Lawrence is going to have that's the one thing I will think. I think Lawrence is going to be a big factor in this next episode because I think he's had it up to here with Ruby. And it's time for Mama to come home. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
Agreed.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to like and subscribe. Kelsey, where can we find you?
You can find me on all social media at KelsMeyer2.
Awesome. Nigel.
Guys can catch me on Instagram at Nige, NADJ4 E's _ and on Twitter at Someone Say Nige. You can also catch me on the Siren After Show on Fridays at 6 p.m. So if you guys like mermaids, check it out. They're amazing.
Oh my gosh, mermaids.
Yes, mermaids. Who doesn't like a mermaid? You can catch me on the gram at SeanStar75, Twitter, Gorilla Suit Sean, and on the Council of Dads episode, after show on Friday after Nigel. Watch Nigel at 6, then catch me at 7.
Yes.
Double feature, done and done. Thank you
I also
again,
have to
guys.
plug. Sorry,
Oh, sure,
Sean,
go
I'm
ahead,
cutting
go
you
ahead.
off because I have to plug. We're doing this amazing after show for Sweet Magnolias that's dropping on Netflix, and it's amazing. We're getting all the cast and writers and EPs and chatting with them, and I'm very excited for that. So yeah, that drops tomorrow. Yeah, it's
That
really
drops tomorrow.
exciting.
Okay.
They start to trickle out tomorrow, but the show drops on Netflix tomorrow. So
Awesome.
super fun.
Yeah, check that out. All right. Well, thanks again for watching, guys. We will see you next week for the season finale of Run. What are we going to do? How's it going to end? Tune in next week, and we will all find out together. We will see you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the